Hey, what's going on, friends? Dylan Onaka here, Coldwell Banker Merrill Realty, coming to you from Kona, Ali'i, number 703. This is a top floor unit. Kona Ali'i is right in town, absolute ocean front. This is your view right here. Cruise ship today. This is downtown Kailua, Kona right here. Doesn't get better than this in terms of a view. And this is going to be coming on the market soon, so I'll get you some information about that. But since I'm here, I thought I'd talk to you about condo considerations today and things that you want to think about if you're in the market for buying a condo, and things that may affect your decision making or really narrow your search down if you're not sure exactly what you're looking for, or you have specific needs and you want to narrow your search down so you're not wasting your time looking at condos that don't fit what you're looking for. So first off, condos are a great option right now. They're still pretty affordable in terms of comparing them to single family homes. You know, single family homes in Kona are 500,000 plus for a decent one. And if you're especially starting off, if this is going to be your first purchase and you're got a young family, you know, condos may not be ideal, but they may be a good choice just from an affordability standpoint and from a cost standpoint, because you can get a 2-bedroom condo here in Kona for, in a residential complex, for $350, $300 in some complexes. So it's something to think about and consider if it's your first home. But even if you're moving here and you want a vacation home or a part-time residence and you want to rent it out part of the time, or maybe rent it out all of the time and use it minimally, condos are a great option for that also. So I'm going to go through some of the things to think about, different types of condos we have, and stuff that'll help you narrow down your search and your and help you in your decision making. So the first thing is, what are your intentions, right? So we talked about this just a second ago. If you're looking to live there, there are residential complexes that restrict vacation rentals or restrict short-term rentals to no shorter than 30 days. And so it keeps the complex a little bit more residential and doesn't have people coming and going as often. And so maybe that's a better option for you. But if you need to vacation rent, you want to make sure that the HOA association doesn't restrict that. And that's one thing that we can narrow down very quickly. I mean, we know which condos allow for vacation rentals and which ones don't. So if that's a consideration, that's something that you need to be able to do, is vacation rent it. You know, we can point you in the right direction there. So whether you're gonna live there or rent it, big consideration you gotta figure out right off the bat. Second one is obviously location with real estate, right? Where do you want to be? There's tons of options in Kona, but then there's options here, right here in downtown Kailua, Kona. There's options a little bit further south down the coastline. Do you want to be right near a beach? Do you want to be walking distance to restaurants and shopping? You got to figure out kind of where you want to be, and then there's great options up north also in Waikoloa. There's Waikoloa Village, there's the resort areas, but lots of different condo complexes. So location is a big one depending on what your needs are, where you prefer to be, where do you work, all of those types of things. So figure out where you want to be, and that can narrow the search down pretty quickly also. Big one is always HOA fees. What are the HOA fees? And we get that asked that question all the time. Unfortunately, a lot of internet sites don't clearly state what the HOA fees are. They make them hard to find. So you can always reach out to a realtor, hopefully it's us, and we'll help you out with that and tell you what the HOA fees are, because they have a huge range. You have some condos that have HOA fees under $500, and you have some that are over $2,000. So it can be a huge consideration in terms of your monthly costs. And it's sometimes hard to get overpaid HOA fees, but it's good to understand what exactly is included, because if you compare the amenities that come with HOA fees to what it would cost if you had a single family home, sometimes it makes a lot of sense. With most HOA fees, you get trash, which you don't get at any residential home. You get water, you get basic cable, you get exterior maintenance, landscaping, exterior insurance, and then of course the maintenance on all of the different amenities like tennis courts or a pool, a gym, all of those types of things. And if you figure out the long-term cost, if you had a home and you had to maintain and pay for all of those things, a yard man, a pool guy, all of the different exterior, replacing the roof every 30 years, painting the house every 10 years, the cost can be somewhat similar. So it can be hard paying that HOA fee every month, but if you think about it in the bigger picture, in the long run, sometimes it doesn't hurt as bad and it makes a little bit more sense for you if those are things that you don't want to do. If you don't want to be out there mowing your grass and trimming the bushes, you're going to have to pay a yard guy to do that anyways. So HOA fees are a big one. And think about especially if you're going to be a part-time resident, the advantage of turning the key and going. If you have a house, you're going to have to continue to do maintenance on it and have somebody watching over it. But if you have a condo, you can really lock the door and leave for a couple of months at a time, and you don't have to worry about anything with the condo. Everything's going to be taken care of. You know, it's secure, they have security, and that's a big peace of mind issue with a condo versus a single family home. Another one is ownership type. So we talked about this last week, fee simple versus leasehold. There are condos that are leasehold that have great views like this, that seem like they're a great deal, but it's because there's 15 years left on the lease. So that's one thing you want to check on is, a lot of times the whole entire complex is leasehold, so it's easy to rule that out if that's not what you want. But if it is what you want and it makes sense for you to get something at a lower cost at a shorter term, then that's the place to look, because you can get a great deal for a great large oceanfront condo for very low cost. So fee simple versus leasehold is a very big consideration. Another one is age, location, the long-term maintenance potential of the complex. Many of our condos here are 30, 40, 50 years old, and especially the concrete ones, the long-term maintenance, now that that building is old, can go up pretty significantly. So that's one thing to think about in the long run, is what are your HOA fees or maintenance fees going to be 5 or 10 years from now, because those things will go up as costs go up, and some condos have higher maintenance costs than others, and that's one thing to think about and look at, past maintenance issues, upcoming projected maintenance issues. Those types of things and information are available in the buying process, and a lot of times we're familiar with those issues, and so you can just ask and we can help you out with that. Another huge question is always pets, right? Some condos allow pets, it's very clear, but there's restrictions. Sometimes there's a pound restriction on a dog. You can have only 2 cats. You can have 1 bird, things like that. So every condo varies. Some condos are very cut and dry, no pets. And so if that's a big requirement for you to bring your dog with you, that's something that we can help point you in the right direction and narrow down the search and eliminate condos that do not allow for pets. So think about that when you're looking for condos. And then another question we get a lot is about management. If you intend to vacation rent the condo, what are your management options? And there's basically 3 options. One is an in-house manager, where there are complexes that have a hotel type feel, where they have a front desk, they have a website, they do bookings, they have in-house cleaners that turn the rooms for you, and it feels more like a hotel. So it's like an in-house manager, very convenient, very efficient. Then there's outside managers, who lots of great companies here in town who will manage your condo for you, book it, clean it, file taxes and things like that for a fee, but they're off-site, they're not actually at the unit, and so they either check people in or have a lockbox at the door for people to check themselves in and out of the condo. And then nowadays you can self-manage with VRBO, contracting out cleaning and things like that to local companies. You can do a lot of the stuff yourself and save yourself on some management fees. Because management fees can be 25 or 30% depending on who you use, and a big factor in that is how often you use the condo. So if you're going to come here during December and January, peak season, where you're going to have 90+% occupancy, and take the condo out of the rental pool, those managers are going to charge you a little bit of a higher fee, because they're going to have less revenue over the rest of the year. So you really want to think about what are the times that you want to use it, and when are you going to be taking the condo out of the rental pool and using it yourself, because that can affect your overall cost to manage the condo. So there's a few things that can affect your decision making on condos. Feel free to give me a call or shoot me an email, hit me up on Facebook if you have any questions or I can answer anything specifically. As always, please subscribe to the channel so you can get new updates. This was Buy Big Island video blog number 4. This is Dylan Onako at Coldwell Banker Merrill Realty. Thanks you guys for listening. Aloha.